Impressive.
Yeah, that was a really good win that they had tonight. I'd say so.
Well, well, let's be honest. The most impressive part of tonight was, say it with me now, three, two, one. Okay. Rex Patrick. What? Extra assist. Who the hell are you and when did you get it? Bruins win 5-2 on the road against the Vegas Golden Knights. This was a fun win. And this was I mean coming into this game, I didn't know what to expect. I knew that I didn't know what to expect. I knew that, but what I did know was that Braden McNabb and Alex Pietrangelo have combined for, if I'm not mistaken, the most blocked. Not only are both of them in like the top 5 for most blocked shots each by a defenseman in the league right now. But obviously, both being in that category, they've combined for the most block shots of any defenseman tandem in the entire NHL. And which is insane. Like, it's bad enough that they have one of them, but to have both of them, that's just how. So obviously, I'm a little bit concerned. Of course. But we have Swayman in that. Jeremy Swayman, oh my God. I didn't know this until they mentioned it on the ESPN broadcast. And oh boy, we'll talk about a funny misstep by them later on. And I didn't know this until the ESPN broadcast mentioned it. The last time a Bruin won an NHL Rookie of the Month was 2004 with Andrew Raycroft, and we all know how that turned out. Obviously, it turned out fantastic for the Bruins because fantastic for the Bruins. And then they traded him. To Toronto for some schmuck named Tuukka Rask, and now who just so happened to be one of the best goalies that the NHL has ever seen. And then Andrew Raycroft ended up just coming back to Boston and to be one of their main media guys for the Bruins, and also do the Morning Brew podcast with Billy Jaffe. Anyway, in their last 9, the Bruins had a 6-2-1 record, which is fantastic. Holy crap! Coming out of a 9-game stretch with 13 points is fantastic. It is really good, especially for a team that I wrote off as just dead earlier. Like remember like 10 episodes ago when I was harping on about how this is the end. We need to sell off every big piece we can, all that shit. But there. But I mean, it made for. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was a bit reactionary. Maybe I got a little bit hot headed. Maybe I need to to calm down about this shit, this stuff a little bit more, and maybe I need to stop swearing a little bit more. Maybe I'll get recommended more that way. But the game started with really powerful play on both ends of the teams, with both teams. Like every single powerful drive that the Knights would have, the Bruins would answer right back, and neither team could get comfortable in the other team's zone. Just constant pressure from everywhere, and it almost ends up really bad for the Knights pretty early on. And a horrible pass by, I forget who. I think it might have been. I think it was Zach Whitecloud. They get a breakaway, and they almost get a goal. Robin Lehner kick saves it, but Zach Whitecloud comes roaring back and ends up slashing Marchand to put the Bruins on the power play for the first time. Which I didn't know this, but for their past 8 games, the Bruins have been pretty bad on the power play. 3 for 24, which, I mean, considering that this team was, a 25% power play team in January, that's a bit not great. And make that 3 for 25. Not fun. Oh my God, it's 1:28 in the morning. I'm really just recording this because I can't sleep. And the reason why I'm recording this so late and not like an hour earlier is because I promised my friend that I would call him on Discord. Hello, Jackie. Anyway, Trent Frederick. My God, what a puck hawk! I know people like to dog on Sweeney for the really shit drafting and for the really bad drafting in 2015. And yeah, I won't deny that. Jake DeBrusk is the best player that we got from that draft, and he still wants out. And I still think that maybe he should have been on the top line and to begin with. Put him on the top line and put Pastrnak on the second line. I love Pastrnak, but it's clear that he's now a second line guy. Unless we want to make that line the top line. Who knows? And I gotta be honest, it was so weird barely hearing Bergeron, Marchand, or DeBrusk's name all night. But that's beside the point. Frederick. Everybody likes to dog on the 2015 draft of the Bruins, but people forget that in 2016 the Bruins sacrificed drafting Alex DeBrincat to get Trent Frederick, and yeah. And Alex DeBrincat, I love Alex DeBrincat. That dude is a beast. And honestly, the worst part about him, the only bad part I can really say about him is that he plays on the Blackhawks, and let's not give them any sort of win. Let's just not let them win ever again. But anyway, this is getting away from me pretty fast. So Frederick has been fantastic with puck handling. And he's not the most electric. He's not like a freaking 30-goal scorer. Hopefully, maybe we can change that. I don't know. But the dude is ruthless, and he is a puck hawk. and he capitalizes so hard on that on even the slightest mistakes, as evidenced by the Bruins' first goal, where Freddie capitalized on a turnover in the neutral zone. Stop me if you've heard that before, but for the Bruins, and he passes it to Craig Smith, and Smith ends up sniping it right past Laner to put the Bruins up 1-0 at the start of at the end of the first. But to start the second, neither team really. The Bruins were just. Here's the thing: for the most part, the Bruins felt like they were playing this game from their back feet. They weren't giving Swayman any sort of. They weren't giving Swayman many. They weren't giving him so much help, but the dude was able to stand on his head and for enough time. But did any of you guys play hockey or soccer growing up? I want to know. Oh, because there are usually two things that that they tell you not to do in soccer in these kid sports. And it's don't bunch up. It's don't bunch up and don't clear it in front and don't clear the ball or puck in front of the net. Reason why for both is bunching up obviously leaves larger lanes for passing and scoring, and then for don't clear it in front of the net. It's just a lot. It gives the attacking team more space to work with instead of pinging them up against the walls of the sidelines, and that being how the game. And them having less space to work with. But the third one is at least my dad taught me, was more so a tip for offense, being always have a guy on the far post. So like if your shot goes wide past the crease, you can have someone right there to put it in, or if your shooting lane is blocked, you have someone on the outside to shoot it. Clearly, all this to say, Vegas followed none of that. For the second goal, Smith goal, for the second Craig Smith goal, Vegas was all bunched up in front of Laner. They tried to clear it clear it out front, and Coyle was there. He takes the puck, he circles back around, and he passes it to his passing lane is his shooting lane is blocked, but his passing lane, because everybody's bunched up, his passing lane isn't, and Smith is there to take the one-timer into the net to put the Bruins up to 0. And usually that's a really good sign, because the Bruins are 23-1-1 this season with a two-goal lead at any point in the game. Hey, Toronto, how's that feel? Anyway, Matt, the first goal, honestly, is I kind of want to put the blame on Holla, but at the same time, Swayman, you gotta make that save. If Charlie McAvoy passes the puck to a changing Eric Holla, leaving nobody there to take the puck. So who takes it? Jack Eichel. Who should have been on the Bruins? Holy frick! Eichel just breaks away and puts it right through Swayman's 5, right between Swayman's legs, and it trickles through to put the put Vegas on the board for the night. And going into the third period, Vegas sort of just rode that momentum. It again felt like the Bruins were playing on their back feet, which again, hockey is a 60-minute game. Remember that one? It's a 60-minute game. And burning clock is fine. Burning clock is great when you have the lead. Burning clock in your own zone is playing with a match near a tanker of kerosene. But eventually the Bruins managed to get it out of their own zone, and a Frederick and Pasternak logjam on Lanner. Pasta just pushes the puck through again right through the legs, and it just trickles through to put the Bruins up 3-1, and then Smith gets a freaking hat trick. Dude was Robin Lehner for some reason was turned around and his body was trying to do a spin move to save the puck, and it just left the short side wide open for Smith to snipe right through it. Smith snipes short side. Say that 5 times fast. Holy crap. To put the Bruins up 4-1. And here's something that I haven't seen since the first night of hockey this season with what is it? Not Vegas versus Seattle. Pittsburgh versus Tampa. When Tampa just kept pulling Vasilevsky, starting to 8 minutes in, 8 minutes left in the game. Vegas ends up pulling Robin Lehner, and it works out really well for them. Jonathan Marchessault puts an absolute Jonathan Marchessault, I feel, is one of the most underrated goal scorers in the league. Yeah, he plays on Vegas, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's Vegas. They're gonna score a bunch." But Jonathan Marchessault is when somebody talks about the best pure goal scorer in the league, I have barely ever seen anybody bring up Marchessault. This year it seems to be guys like Andrew Mangiapane, Patrick Laine. There are a bunch of guys that are yeah, this dude scores goals a bunch, but Jonathan Marchessault, I feel, always deserves a spot in that conversation, and then Vegas pulls Lehner again, and this was honestly the biggest piece of security that I needed. And the Bruins getting the empty netter. Tell me, when is the last time that you saw the Bruins score on an empty net? It's been a while. It's been a while. I can't tell you when. I seriously don't know. Oh, but it made the Bruins feel secure. And the best part is that this loss for Vegas marks the most home losses as the team has suffered in a single season. And because in their inaugural season, they only lost 10 games at home. 10. And they're not actually no, they lost 11. And then their second season they lost 12. Now they've lost 13. And we're not even at the trade deadline. There's still 2 months. There's still 7 or 8 weeks left of hockey. before the playoffs. But it was cool. Oh, Smith got a goal. Well, he got 3. He got a. I mean, let's start with the fact that Smith got a goal for the first time in the past 12 games. But I do like how we just full housed Vegas with Smith getting 3 goals and Pasta getting 2. Well, and just oh my God. I still think that this team should have been called the Vegas Aces. Just as if you're gonna make the entire theme of the All-Star break unofficially gambling, then freaking just go all out. Why shouldn't they have been called the Vegas Aces? I don't know. I would pretend to know. But I think that is it for tonight's episode of Into the Den. Before I freaking collapse in this study room. Thank you all so much for watching. Click like if you like, click subscribe if you really like. Down below is still the GoFundMe for Jake Tebow's recovery. And tell your friends that I'm gonna be back at home for the next few episodes because we on spring break, baby. Gotta put my retainers in.